Let's go. It's your man Mike Bowens coming to you once again, live and direct. Listen, I got another powerful message for you. This message is entitled The Weakest Link. Now, when you think about business, right, because I had a few emails this week about business and different parts of business, there's a few things that we really should pay attention to. And one of them is you are only as strong as your team, right? So when you look at your team, what's the weakest areas of the team? It's not always an individual who's weak. It could be the execution of doing something. It could be having a plan and not fulfilling it. It could be the advertising that it doesn't have that shock value. It's not getting the attention that the business needs so that it could grow and thrive. If you look at Jesus, one of the principles that you could take away from him was when he had his disciples, he always had meetings with them. He taught them regularly. And then they went out to real life action amongst the people. And then he watched to see if they were able to execute what he just taught them. So as a leader in business, you have to have strategic meetings with your team on a regular basis and then see how you can execute what you have just taught them. See how it applies in real life action. See where they fall short. See where they excel. And then go back and have a meeting again. Tell them how good they did and show them where they fell short. And then speak about those areas where they could do better. And then go out again and try to execute what you just taught them. Right? What you just spoke about in the meeting. So this way, your business always has a chance to thrive, to grow, to get better, right? Now, let's take this into consideration of a daycare business. Let's say it's you, one other person, and you may have a sub. Now, you're only good as your team. So that means if the person you're working with is telling you, hey, I'm tired, maybe you need to schedule in some away time, some vacation time, some break time, so that you can take time out to renew yourself so that that person does not burn out. And so that you don't burn out, and so that you don't start arguing and bickering back and forth because you're tired, right? There are various strategies when it comes to business, but you are only as good as your team. And so you must see what link is in the chain is starting to get weak. And that's the one you need to address, right? Is it tiredness? Is it lack of pay? People need more money? Is it lack of motivation? Is a lack of vision? You must be able to identify the areas that need to be twinkled and go back in there with your team, even if it's one other person, you and one other person, and talk about what you could do better and how you could do it better so that you could push the vision forward to the next level. Without regularly scheduled meetings, guess what? You won't be able to have a strategic plan to put into place so that you can change the trajectory of your business. See, this is why a lot of businesses fail. Have you ever heard the saying, in which I'm sure you have, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail? And you need to have a plan, right? A God plan. And a lot of businesses don't include God in their business anymore. See, we like to pray before we say, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. We pray and ask God for the wisdom, for the understanding, for revelation knowledge, so we know exactly what we need to do. Right? And so a lot of people, they just rely on their own mind, their own wisdom, their own understanding, and they stop short of where they're trying to go because your human mind is finite. However, when you are having meetings with your team, like I said, even if it's one other person, make sure you check every area out. Hey, how are we doing health-wise? Because people can be sick within your company and you don't even know it, right? How's your relationship, right? And maybe your spouse is the person that you work with. How's our relationship going? Do we need to take time out to have a date night? Do we need to take time out to just go get a pina colada, a drink, to talk, not about business, but just about us, about our kids, about life in general, right? Somebody in your team can have a death in the family. It could be affecting them mentally, spiritually, emotionally. and they may need some help. They may need some therapy. They may need some time off to recoup and recover. It's a lot of areas when you think about business. There's a lot of areas that's not written in the black and white, but that's in the gray area that a lot of people don't consider. And so these are the things that as a leader you must consider if you want your business to continue to thrive, because people make great businesses. Business alone does not make great business, because you can have the best product and the best idea, but if your people are suffering internally and it's not addressed, that business will never be all that it's supposed to be. So, as I close this message out, in the weakest link, you're only as strong as your team. Make sure that you check every part of your team and continue to strengthen them where you see that they are weak. This is your man, Mike Bowens, and I'm signing off until next time, saying, be blessed.